Yay! Hi, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us. So we still have about 1 minute until our official start time. So I'm going to wait until our official start time before I actually start so that nobody misses anything. But I see that you guys are on. So hi, my name is Tracy Jones and I'm an independent Cadillac sales director with Mary Kay, and I'm super excited to be sharing with you guys tonight. So I got my little timer right here because I'm a talker. So I have to time myself so I don't keep you guys on here all night. So I'm going to give us about 1 more minute until everybody is online. And once again, I'm so excited that you guys are on with us tonight. Thank you so much for jumping on and giving us a few minutes of your time. I am well aware that time is the most precious commodity that we have. And I appreciate you investing some of your time with us tonight because I'm excited to share with you guys. So I'm going to check my little timer 1 more time. Okay. Here we go. It is officially go time. So I see you guys are jumping on. So again, hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Tracy Jones, and I'm an independent sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics. And I am so excited to share with you guys a little bit tonight about what my Mary Kay journey has been like, and just kind of answer some questions that I think that you might have if you're considering getting started with your own Mary Kay business. So I'm going to take you back to 5 years ago. I was a middle school teacher. I taught 7th and 8th grade social studies. So if you're at home and you're a mom of middle schoolers, like, you know what my day was like. I spent all day with middle school kids, and I love middle school kids. I think you have to be a certain kind of weird to be able to teach middle school because they are weird. But anyway, I loved it. I had so much fun doing that. And I also not only did I teach, but I coached too. So I coached 4 different sports. I coached volleyball, middle school volleyball. I ran our middle school basketball program in my hometown of Melissa, Texas. And I was our varsity basketball assistant coach in Melissa. And then I was also the head coach for both the boys and girls golf program. So I had a very full life. I had a very full plate. So if you're watching this and you're thinking like, oh my gosh, this, my consultant has shared with me some information about Mary Kay before, and it sounds great, but I'm way too busy. I'm your girl. I was way too busy to do this. And I loved my job. I loved what I was doing. I was 1000% convinced that I would teach and coach forever. I was 1000% convinced that when our athletic director, Melissa, retired, I would take over and I would be the athletic director and the head girls basketball coach. And that's what I wanted. That's what I thought I wanted my life to look like. And I had a friend who started a Mary Kay business, and she started asking me just to come try the products. We just come try the products. We just come try the products. And what's funny is that she would always ask me on a Tuesday night, and when you coach varsity basketball in Texas, Tuesdays and Fridays are games, right? And she would ask me on Saturday mornings a lot. And again, when you're a coach, what do you do on Saturday mornings? You watch film and you have practice. So I could never go when she would ask me. And then she would randomly ask me on Monday nights, but I also coached middle school ball. And so, oh my gosh, my hair, crazy. Middle school ball was on Monday nights, and high school ball was on Tuesdays and Fridays. And on Wednesdays I went to Bible study. And on Thursdays I was like, I need to sleep. So I was just really busy. And you guys, my consultant asks me for 9 months in a row to come try the product. So if you are on this hangout right now and you are watching this and your consultant has been asking you for a long time to try the product or to hear our business opportunity, here's what I want you to know. She sees something great in you. That's why she won't leave you alone, because she sees something great in you. She sees you and goes, oh my gosh, if she would just give this a shot, our company would be so blessed to have her in the boat, in the Mary Kay boat. So anyway, after 9 months of asking me, she started asking me in September. So 9 months later is what, May? And what's happening in May? Well, school's out for summer. So I actually had a little bit of free time. And I said, okay, I'll come try the products. And so I went and tried the products, and I fell totally head over heels in love with the product. And I think that's mostly because I didn't wash my face. I didn't use skincare. I didn't care about that. I mean, I was 25. I was like, oh, I want to be beautiful forever. whatever. You know, I didn't care about that. Like my face was lucky if water hit it in the shower, you know, and mostly because I was so busy that I would try to sleep like this so that like I could wake up the next morning, my makeup would still be on and I could just go and not wash my face. And that's so gross. Oh, that's so gross. But I fell in love with the products that night. And so I bought like all the products. And I also heard two things that really jazzed me up and really made me think. And the two things I heard were Mary Kay independent beauty consultants make 50% of everything that they sell. 50, 50, 50. And I thought, and I had just spent like $150 on products. And I thought, oh my gosh, like my friend just made $75 off of me. Like I literally just bought her Starbucks for like the next 2 months. Like what? 50%? Like nobody else offers that. And that's true, you guys. Nobody else in America offers 50% to their consultants. It's huge. It's huge. Okay. And then the second thing I heard was there was a girl there that was my age. I was 25 at the time. She was my age. And the previous year, she was driving a free car. And the previous year, she had made a six-figure income. Okay. She was my age. And she had made a six-figure income. And I was sitting here thinking like, okay, I have a real job and a college degree, and I did not make six figures last year. Like, what? You know, like, what is going on here? And we were in a situation, my husband and I, where we paid our bills just fine, but there wasn't a lot of extra. There really was no extra. And so literally, you guys, I saw Mary Kay as an opportunity for like me to go, okay, if I can, like, this is not rocket science. Like, I'm not doing brain surgery here. Like all I really have to do is tell people like, here, try this. Does it feel great? Awesome. Wipe it off. Try this. Does that feel great? Okay, awesome. And then they buy it. It's like the most crazy thing. And so I thought I can do that. Like I am a basketball coach. Like I do way more complicated things than teach people how to wash their face. I deal with middle schoolers all day. I can totally do this. And so I thought, you know what, if I could just make $200 a week, if I could just make an extra $200 a week, like that would drastically change our financial situation. And so I bought all my products that night. I bought my Mary Kay starter kit that night, and that was 5 years ago. And you guys, 1 year from that day, when I bought my Mary Kay business, I retired from public education. I was 26 years old. I didn't like resign or walk away. Like I literally retired. And I had a pink Cadillac sitting in my driveway. Like what? So let me kind of run you through that a little bit. That night in May of 2012, when I decided to start my Mary Kay business, I decided, hey, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it super part-time. But here's the deal. And I hear a lot of people say this. They're like, I want to do this, but if I'm going to do it, I want to be able to give it 100%. And here's what I want you to know about that, giving something 100% of your effort does not mean 100% of the time. That's not what that means. That means that little block of time that you are working your Mary Kay business that week, you're all in. And for me, the way that I worked it was I worked my Mary Kay business when I initially started like 4 to 5 hours a week. But those 4 or 5 hours a week that I was working my business, like I was all in working my business. I wasn't like focused on other things, but that's really all the time I had. And so what happened though, you guys, is Mary Kay is like a compound effect type business. Okay. So when we sell the product to people and they love the product and then they hear about the business opportunity and then they want to get started, and it creates this massive snowball chain of events type thing. And so that's what happened to me. I started my business and I held a lot of parties really quickly because I started seeing the results. Because remember, I had not used the skincare when I started. Like I started on the skincare and bought my business the same night, started my business the same night. So like I started using the skincare and like lo and behold, like, oh my God, when you actually wash your face with really great products, like your face feels great. So like I started seeing the results and using the skincare for myself. And so I was crazy excited about sharing that with other people. And it created this compound effect, right? Where I was selling the product like crazy. And then I was meeting women all over the place who they wanted an opportunity to make extra income. They needed a little more time to their schedule. I'll explain that in a minute, so on and so forth. So very quickly I built this team. Okay. So 6 weeks after I signed my Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant Agreement, 6 weeks after that, I had earned the use of my first Mary Kay career car. Okay, so I mean, I've been Mary Kay for 6 weeks, and I had earned a car, and my husband was like, "What just happened?" And I'm like, "I'm not sure. I'm still pretty new at this, but I'm thinking they're going to give me a real car, like not like a Hot Wheels or like a model. Like I think they're going to be like a street legal vehicle." And sure enough, they did. That was 6 weeks after I started. And then 2 months after that, boom, another car. 3 months after that, boom, another car. And then 6 months later, we became a pink Cadillac unit. And I've been in a pink Cadillac ever since. So I started driving a pink Cadillac when I was 25 years old, and I've never known anything different. My daughter came home from the hospital in a pink Cadillac, and we're waiting on a phone call any second, you guys. I should get a phone call from Crest Cadillac here in Frisco, Texas, and they should say, "Ms. Jones, we're so excited. Your brand new pink Cadillac was delivered today," because we have now earned the use of 3 pink Cadillacs. And here's what I want you to know. All that, okay, aside, here's what I want you to understand about this business is that I came into this business and I fell in love with the ability to weave this business into the crazy schedule that I already had. And I fell in love with the freedom that I found in Mary Kay. Okay, and let me explain that a little bit more. Basically, what I fell in love with was the ability to put Mary Kay into my life where it worked, because my life was already really full and really crazy. But what I figured out is I can do a 2-hour, window here. I can do a 2-hour window here. And, the average skincare party in the United States of America retails $400. Well, that was $200 in my pocket every time I was doing it. So I started doing that 2 times a week, 3 times a week. And, the next thing I know, there's just some serious cash flow going on. Okay. And that allowed me, you guys, to walk away from public education. So at 26 years old, I was a full-time, a stay-at-home wife, because we didn't have kids at that point. So I started building my business from home. My husband's a veteran, and he was home from deployment, and he wanted to get his degree, and I fully supported that. And so he was already working on his college degree, and my Mary Kay business allowed him to go to school full-time and to be a college student. And that's one of my proudest accomplishments in my Mary Kay business, is that my husband, as a veteran, was able to go to school and not have to work and go to school at the same time. So we kind of did that together. He was home with me for a year. We started a family. Our daughter's now 3. She came home from the hospital in a pink Cadillac. It's all she knows. And you guys, this business has blessed me immensely. And what's crazy is that the one thing that was going to hold me back from starting was I was afraid I wasn't going to have enough time. And that's the thing that Mary Kay has given me the most of, is time. Because yeah, for that first year, it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I would be lying to you if I was like, it was a cakewalk. Like the first year, it was just like everything was so easy and it was so luxurious and, chill. It was not chill. Okay. I worked my tiny honey off for 12 months, but guess what? I'm still reaping the rewards of that 12 months worth of work. Okay. Because that just kind of crazy, insane time, I was willing to do that for a short period of time so that I could have long-term what I really wanted. And that was to be able to be a work from home mom one day, to be able to have my cake and eat it too. That's what I call it, because I get to be a stay-at-home mom, but I'm a stay-at-home mom that's made 6 figures 3 years in a row. Like, where else do you get to do that? Because you can make a lot of money anywhere, you guys. You can make a lot of money at a lot of different places, but there's not a lot of places where you can make a lot of money and provide for your family financially, but still have that freedom and that flexibility in your schedule and still keep your priorities in line. We believe in Mary Kay. We believe in faith, family, career. And I'm able to work my business like that. I'm able to order my life biblically, which is something that's so important to me. So that's a little bit about how my season, my story in Mary Kay got started. And I've been in the business for 5 years now, and I'll never leave. I'll never leave, because this company has given my family too much freedom. And I've gained too many great things out of my business, time, relationships, all that kind of stuff. So here's what I want you to know to wrap things up. There's 3 reasons why women don't start Mary Kay. Okay, three main reasons why women choose not to start their Mary Kay business. The number 3 reason is that they think they don't know enough people. Okay, and let me assure you, you don't. You don't. You do not know enough people right now at this moment in time to be able to build and sustain a long-term growing Mary Kay business. Okay, but here's what you do know. You do know 3 women who know 3 women who know 3 women. You see the compound effect that I was talking about earlier? It's a snowball, you guys. And not only that, but you guys, when you start Mary Kay, we believe in ongoing, continuous education. Okay, so you're going to have somebody that, like, you're going to purchase your starter kit, you're going to purchase your Mary Kay business, and you're going to get a phone call from a very excited person. And if that person is Tracy Johnson, that's me. But and you're going to get all this education. And that's one of the first things that your coach in Mary Kay is going to teach you, is how to go meet people and how to connect to people through people, because you don't currently know enough people to build a growing long-term Mary Kay business. But you can always connect to people through people. And this is a relationship business. We love building relationships with people. And that's how we continue to grow. If y'all think that I'm still building my business with the same 10 people I started my business with 5 years ago, you are sorely mistaken. Okay. I meet new people all the time, and new people lead me to new people. And that's a very fun thing. So if that is the only thing that's holding you back, just throw that over your shoulder and go for it, girl, because your leader is going to be able to teach you how to work this thing. Okay, the number 2 reason that women don't start Mary Kay is because they think they don't have enough time. And here's what I'll say about that. 2 things. Number 1, you will always, and hear me out, always, 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 you will always make time for what's important to you. You will always make time for what's important to you. So wherever your time is deposited now, like, think about the things that you did today. Those are the things that are priorities in your life, because we spend time on things that are priority to us. Okay, so if you see your Mary Kay business as a priority in your life because it's a way for you to have financial freedom, have flexibility in your schedule, you know, bless other women, you know, do all these great things, you will make time for it. I mean, hands down, bottom line. I started a fitness journey 6 months ago. I did not have time to be in the gym 2 hours every day. But guess what I do every day? 2 hours in the gym every day, okay? Because it's a priority to me, and I have made it work in my schedule, okay? And here's the second thing about not having enough time is, what if Mary Kay is the thing that gives you back your time? Because that's what happened to me. I was working 80 to 85 hours a week, and I started working this Mary Kay business, and I built it very quickly into a thing where financially I was making more money doing Mary Kay 10 to 15 hours a week than I was making doing my 80-hour-a-week public education job. And my husband looked at me one day and he said, you have to make a choice. And I want you to understand that right now, every day you go to work, you're losing money because you're not building your Mary Kay business. Okay. And so, yeah, it was crazy for a little while, but my earning potential was so much higher with Mary Kay. And I was able to provide us financial freedom with Mary Kay, where I was able to walk away from the thing that took up the most time. I mean, I walked away from that job and boom, all of a sudden I had 80 hours a week back on my plate. Guess what I started doing? I started traveling. My sister at that time was a collegiate golfer. She was on the All-American team playing, you know, California, North Carolina. And I would just drop what I was doing and buy a plane ticket, and I would go for 4 days and watch my sister play golf. I mean, like, so cool. It gave me time to do the things. It gave me the opportunity to be a stay-at-home mom. It gave me and my husband the opportunity to be sitting in the living room floor when my daughter took her first steps, because I was a work-from-home mom and he was a stay-at-home dad. So what I want you to know is, maybe you don't have time right now, but how long do you want to not have time? How long do you want to be consumed by something that's just consuming your life and it's not blessing your life? Because you guys, you can work this business crazy, all out, hardcore for a little while, and it'll pay you wild dividends for the rest of your life. And time is the most precious thing. It's the only thing that you can spend that you can never get back. So if you've got something where you can gain some of that time back, go for it. Go for it. Okay, and here's the number 1 reason why women don't start Mary Kay. And this is the most sad one. This is the saddest one of all, is that they're just plain scared. And if you're sitting on the other side of this computer and you're looking at me and you're like, that all sounds like, you know, rainbows and unicorns, but I am terrified to do something like that. Well, let me tell you something, sister. It's going to be a real sad day if you get to the end of your life and you go, oh man, I really wish I would have not been such a scaredy cat. What if I had done la 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 la? But fear held me back. Fear held me back. Fear held me back. And here's the deal, you guys. Do you want those of you that have kids, do you want your kids to make decisions based on fear? Because guess what? They're going to do whatever you do. So if you don't want your kids to make decisions based on fear, then you can't either. You've got to set an example there of, yeah, this is scary and this is new and I've never done anything like this before, but I truly believe in my heart of hearts that it can give me something that we've never had before. So even though I'm shaking in my heels, okay, I'm going to go for it, because I think that this might be my rescue boat. Like, I don't know. I didn't think that God was going to send me a rescue boat and like a tube of lipstick, you know, like, hold on, let me grab this. Like, I didn't think my little rescue boat was going to be like a bright pink tube of lipstick, but guess what? It was. 5 years ago, that was the boat that came sailing by for me. And it was scary to jump on it because I didn't have time. And I mean, I was a basketball coach, you guys. It didn't wash my face. But you know what? I saw the opportunity. I saw the opportunity and I went for it. And I encourage you to do the same thing, because if we let fear hold us back, we're going to get to the end of our days and man, oh man, are we going to have some regrets. And let me tell you something. There's no pain like the pain of regret. So I just encourage you to just go for it. Just go for it, because there's nothing like being able to work for yourself and design your life and create something that is what you want and not what somebody else wants or what somebody else says you have to have. Okay, so here we go, you guys. We just launched a brand new starter kit. It's like the cutest thing ever. Your beauty consultant can send you information on that. But you guys, it costs a whopping $100 to start your Mary Kay business. That's it. Like, I would be willing to bet any of you guys could think about the past 48 hours. You've probably spent $100 on something, and I would be willing to bet it's not going to pay you back millions for the rest of your life. So, like, that $100 I spent 5 years ago is the best $100 I've ever spent in my life. $100 to get started. And let me tell you something. If you don't have $100 to get started, that's your first problem. That's the reason you need to start, because we've got to get you out of that financial, like, tight space. Okay. So $100 to get started. So here's what we're going to do, because we are giving away stuff for you watching this video. So here's what we're going to do. 2 things that you're going to text message to your beauty consultant right now that invited you onto this video. And number 1 is you're going to text her either A, B, or C. A, B, or C. Okay. And so here's the deal. C is like, that girl in the hot pink lipstick, she was cute, but this is not for me. Like, I'll be a customer all day long. I'll host parties for you all day long. But I am not interested in doing this. I don't need the money. I don't need the freedom. I don't need the flexibility. I'm not into that. Okay. That's a C. Text her C if that's you. B is like, okay, I'm thinking. This has got my wheels turning a little bit. I have some questions, and you should take me to Starbucks and buy me a Starbucks coffee and let me ask you my questions. That would be a B. Like, I'm thinking about it, but I need a little clarification on some things first. That's B. B is like, I'm interested, but I can't quite commit yet. I need a little more discussion. I need to think out loud a little bit. And A is like, that was me. I was an A the night that I tried the product. I was like, yes, $100. I just spent $150. Like, obviously this works. So sign me up. $100, I can do this. For $100, I can learn how to do this so that I could potentially live my dream life later on. I am all in. I need a change, whether it's financially or in your schedule or with relationships, or maybe you're just bored. I don't know. Maybe you're just working a job where you're just like bored and you need a change. You need some fluff in your life. I don't know. That's A. A is like, yes, I'm going for it. I'm the girl that's scared, but I'm going for it anyway. Okay. So you're going to text your consultant either A, B, or C, and then the password. And the password is GRIT, G-R-I-T, because that's all it takes to be successful in Mary Kay, you guys. You just got to have some grit. You just got to be willing to sink your teeth into it and not let go. That's all it takes. You don't have to be like a cosmetologist or esthetician or something like that. I was a basketball coach, but I'm gritty. I'm willing to work. I'm willing to grind to give my family the life that they deserve. Okay, so text her A, B, or C and the password GRIT so that we can get you entered into our free product giveaway. And thank you guys so much for spending some time with me tonight. I so appreciate it. And I hope that this blessed you in some way, shape, or form. And I look forward to meeting you and hearing your feedback and knowing that you jumped off and you just cannonballed in and you said, I am going for it because I want to live my dream life. All right, see you guys later. Bye.